So I finished Diablo 4 Abyssal of Hatred storyline, and now I'm gonna tell you about it, because I don't want to suffer solo. This shit can barely constitute as a storyline, honestly, and it probably can't if I'm being completely real. So let's begin at the very start, because not a single shred of this story makes even the most slightest of sense. The people who made this story were not only woke losers, but brain-damaged woke losers. It all starts in not Kurast, not Nahantu, and we instantaneously right off the bat get introduced with something that you probably assumed is going to be one of the main antagonists with Mephisto this expansion, the Burned Church, or whatever the hell their stupid name is. But don't be fooled, they literally exist in the story for roughly a total of 5 minutes, and I'm not joking. The thing that was used on so much of the promotion material is in the story for less than 5 minutes. And you're not gonna believe how deep they went with this church, okay? The Burned Church is religious extremists that only think the way that people can be forgiven for their sins is through death and being burnt alive. My god, this is the most unique and poorly executed idea I have ever seen in my life. And one of the parts of that sentence is actually true. Spoiler alert, it's the fact that it's the most poorly executed idea ever. You get to see the main baddie of the church, the other part of the church that you fought with, killed Lilith, you know, the one that killed Narius, aka their god. And that's a bad thing, and the radical part of the church considers you a heretic for killing the demon that killed the god that they somehow magically worshipped. I don't know how that works, honestly. Well, the answer is it doesn't. Anyway, the Burned Church hates you, and then you meet their leader, and he says, "Oh, we don't really like you," but he doesn't try to kill you, arrest you, or anything, even though he just executed some poor schmuck in front of you. Because reasons, obviously. Then you go to a shack, find Lorat. Lorat's not here because he skibidibly toileted out because this storyline is just too fucking sad to actually exist in. You enter the house and you find a woman who has broken kneecaps because reasons. I don't know if that's a character from the old storyline, from the original Diablo 4 story, because I did not pay attention, because no one did. She's just randomly there, laying in Lorat's house and being like, "Oh, I got broken kneecaps, don't worry about it." And I'm like, well, shizzle. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Then Prava comes in, and you would be remiss and forgiven to not knowing who Prava is. That's the black lesbian zero hair church woman who's in the cinematics, who bows down and does stuff. Yeah, now she leads the church, or the not corrupt and insane part of the church at least, and she meets you for some reason. And she's like, she says nothing. She literally says nothing. Why does it matter? It doesn't. Okay, then you're off to the real start of the thing that you expected to do when you started. But it's already been 13 minutes, and you're literally nowhere in the storyline, and you don't understand why you're even playing this game. Okay, so off to find Narel you go. And where do you go? Kurast? Fuck no. You go to the desert because, obviously. And then you meet a black guy who I can only assume is a gay cuck. Okay? He tells you about his daughter that's not actually his daughter, but is his daughter. Don't worry about it and don't question it, okay? Then he's like, "I need to protect this city because I love it." And he goes on a whole speech and tangent about how important that is in his life and how he can't betray it. And yeah, then he just betrays it all and goes to help you because reasons. He doesn't give an explanation why he's actually gonna go and help you, but he's there now. Even though it's legitimately after a speech how he can't leave because he needs to protect his home. Figure it out if you want. I can't. No one else, by the way, can't. Yes, it's like every second word of every piece of dialogue was written by a different person, honestly. Okay, so the first part is meeting the burned church that gets you nowhere in the story. The second part is meeting Black Cuckman, who tells you about how cute his daughter is, and introduce you to the follower mechanic. That's literally bullshit, by the way. If you're wondering, here it is in all of its glory. It's as generic and stupid as you could get. The only part of the follower lore that they got correct is the fact that the crazy, clearly insane cannibal woman is mentally deficient and is played by a woman was more acceptable than I would have expected. Because at first I thought it's going to be some kind of berserker woman because reasons. But no, she's a literally brain-damaged, retarded cannibal woman. Which makes actually sense if you even think about it for a change. But anyway, we're done. We have been introduced to all of the companions, and now we can actually talk about the story. In the story, you get to Kuras by getting stabbed in the back by your opponent, the evil church guy from the Flaming Church Boys, and you fall into a creek, and you're dead. Yeah, he literally killed you, don't worry about it. You go through this creek that assumedly is full of Mephisto's corruption because reasons, and then this wise old completely not savage guy called Eru resurrects you. And then he doesn't give you a good reason why he resurrects you, why he resurrect you, or anything. And you're instantaneously off to the races thinking, yeah, this guy's not gonna betray me at all at the end of the game, is he not? Spoiler alert, he does. He obviously does. And, you know, a little bit later in the story, you're like, wait a minute, is Eru gonna betray me because he's evil and maybe he's Mephisto? Or is he gonna turn out to be the fucking spirit that I'm supposed to find to save the day? And the spirit is just a complete ass and just let me through a lot of places for no reason. Spoiler alert, he's just gonna betray you for the most non-comprehensive reasons, by the way, ever, but we're gonna get into that, okay? Okay. So, Eru is this wise old sage type of dude who's very mysterious, and he's supposed to be very reliable. He's supposed to be Lorat 2.0, by the way. He's supposed to be smart, capable, likable. Spoiler alert, he doesn't seem to be any of those things, by the way, at no point. And, by the way, you go to these random places and then he gives you small tidbits of lore, kinda-ish. And he's like, ah, yes, Narel is haunted. Wait, what haunted? What do you fucking mean haunted? Why do you just say haunted? Are these hollows hauntings? I thought it's Mephisto's job, but he's like, no. Narel is haunted. These hollows are appearing because she's haunted. And then, by the way, at some point in the story, that gets retconned literally right in the game. And no, the hollows are Mephisto's doing. What? So why did you at the start tell me that she's haunted? The fuck? Anyway, we need to find Narel, and now we're tracking where she went because I guess reasons. We need to do a lot of random MacGuffins that no one literally cares about, and we end up in Kurist. And now we need to speak with the High Council. And Eru is like, right, the High Council is going to be pretty brutal with you. They may not even help you. You need to fucking convince these guys you're the good guy. And you need And then we go to the High Council, and the sentence that he said literally 10 seconds ago completely doesn't apply in the slightest. The High Council of Kurist, which is, by the way, Ormos, completely does not doubt us. They instantaneously fully support us. Like, why did you even say all of this shit, Eru? Why? None of this was real. I didn't have to convince them of anything. They just instantaneously were like, Yeah, we're gonna tell you all our secrets. We're gonna tell you all the things, and don't worry about it. What? Okay, okay. And to further even make this stupider, by the way, because this is mentioned only in one small bit at the very, very end of the story, turns out Eru, our noble fucking retarded savage friend, is a high member of the council and extremely respected by everyone in this godforsaken savage land. But no, we're on our own to convince the council that we are the good guys, which we didn't even need to do. And turns out you see this place that's empty, the chair that's empty here. Yeah, that's like the right hand of Ormus, and she was Eru's apprentice or disciple or something like that, and there you go. And then all of them help us find Nayu. What's her stupid face? I literally forgot. The girl with one arm. Narel, that's right. Little Magpie. The only bright side about this expansion is that we never hear anyone call her Little Magpie, which makes me die from cringe every single fucking time, by the way. But thankfully, everyone forgot about the fact that she's Little Magpie. Okay? And so they help us find Narel. And we find Narel, and Mephisto's like there, and the wolf is bigger and stronger. Mephisto literally doesn't say anything of substance. He's just like, hey, it could have been better. YOLO 420 blaze it, boy. Skibbity rizzity toilety skidabbity. That's pretty much all he says. Mephisto's voice lines, not a single one makes any fucking sense. Okay, okay. But Narel is losing the fight with Mephisto, so we need to help her. And we're gonna do it by finding a spirit, an ancient spirit. And when you learn about the existence of these spirits, you're like, oh, so Eru is actually a spirit. Got it. Plus, it's implied that he's like 100+ years old. Turns out none of that is true. It's just probably accidental implication, if we're being completely honest here. Because, my god, that obviously they would not be able to do something like that. These shitless writer losers. But anyway, okay, we need to go and find a spirit, because another spirit that's actually the spirit daddy of all spirits in the Hantu told us that we need to do it. So we go find that spirit. And it's a lot of like this, oh my god, the tribal savages of a Nahantu that can't even fucking put anything more than, you know, a bamboo shoot over their dicks. They're so in tune with the spirits and sophisticated in their own ways. Yeah, this is the Vogue garbage where every culture is equal and stuff like that, you know? The Amazon savage cannibals are actually as sophisticated and equal in culture to you and me because fucking reasons. Yeah, that's what the Blizzard is going for there. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Narel lost a hand because every woman needs to be a cripple now? This started in World of Warcraft, where the current antagonist, whatever the hell she's supposed to be in that game, is a black half-elf, most likely a lesbian, need no man, crippled leader. Yeah, let that sink in. Who's gonna teach Anduin how to be a man because she knows that part better than him. Yeah, the same is kind of almost happening here, but the difference is Narel only has lost an arm. I don't even know when she lost that arm, not sure. Maybe I missed it and that was in the original Diablo 4 storyline, because I skipped most of it because it was fucking garbage. In any case, we need to find a spirit because that spirit is wise and shit. I'm not kidding. That's literally the objective. Find the spirit because it's wise and it's gonna tell you how to save Narel. Well, turns out you find the spirit, it's corrupted. Yeah, it's fucking corrupted. Whoopsie doopsie, it's corrupted. Okay, well, we kill the spirit, and if you're a necromancer, that fight is literal fucking cancer, by the way. As every boss fight in this game. because the Diablo 4 devs don't know what necromancers do in the early game. And you kill the spirit, and then you cut out its heart, and the heart is like, Eru's like, yo, that corrupted spirit, yo, let's cut out his heart and make Narel eat the fucking thing because reasons. And Eru's all like pretty emo about this because you see he loves the spirits more than people technically, kinda, and what Eru likes and doesn't like is going to be very important for the also not predictable moment where he betrays us, because Eru's betrayal is the most hilariously nonsensical thing in this whole goddamn story, by the way. Okay? Okay. So, we cut out the spirit's heart and we give the heart to Narel to eat, and she eats it. Okay? It doesn't even actually ask what the fuck that is. And it doesn't actually, you know, know even if it's a heart and it's supposed to be eaten. She eats it anyway. Very cool. Oh, and in that moment, by the way, we also get rid of the burned church. Yeah, that's it. Again, they legitimately exist in the story for roughly 5 minutes, and that's it. At the start for no reason, and then while we're supposed to find the temple of the vice spirit that got corrupted, we actually, before we go into that spirit realm place and you know, get the spirit's heart, we kill the burning crusade or whatever you're supposed to call them, and there's literally no dialogue. There's no nothing there. I think it's supposed to be like this ingrained deep moment where you understand that angels are not supposed to be all good and pleasant and whatnot. But that was already the fucking takeaway of Diablo 3, you muppets. So why are we relearning this 2 times in a row in Diablo 4? I don't know, but I think that's the takeaway, that angels aren't really that good in this universe, and that's all. You kill the bad leader of the evil crusaders, church people, and you never hear about them again. Then you feed Narel the heart, and she regains a little bit of her conscience. And now we need to do other shit. We need to find Akarat. Who is Akarat? Don't worry about it. Okay, but we need to find him because Eru says Akarat is pretty big cheese. Now, how the fuck does this make sense? I don't know, because spoiler alert, Akarat was the one that told Eru that he needs to resurrect save us when we're floating down the river, assumedly being underwater for 10 minutes already. 10 out of 10, by the way. So, yeah, we need to find Akarat. And in that time, Eru's disciple joins. And Eru's disciple is, could be summarized as fucking brain damaged. So she sees that Narel is losing control even after eating the heart of the vice spirit. Well, how does that make sense? I don't fucking know. She's still losing control. And we see that when she loses control, like, she does a lot of bad things. She can't separate friend from foe, and she's pretty fucking dangerous. So Eru's disciple, being the literal IQ of a goddamn fucking baked potato that's slightly undercooked, sees that and is like, okay, don't worry, yeah, I'll help you, Narel, don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you. And then we instantaneously, after she says that, we leave them be because we go to another place and do something stupid. And then we come back and Eru's disciple is dead because Narel couldn't control herself, and who would have expected? My god, who would have expected? She's dead. Eru gets into a hissy fit. He gets pretty upset about all of this garbage, and then he's like, No, you have already taken too much from me. My disciple, the spirit that I really, really liked as a child and that touched me like a child. Not even making that one up. So I'm gonna leave and be all emo about it. And Eru is out, and you're like, thank fucking god, he was so annoying and stupid. Now I just need to find a way to kill Narel off, and we can be happy and whatnot, finally for the first time in our Diablo 4 lives. And then you without Eru and only Narel need to go and find Akarat, the big daddy of spirits, because reasons, okay? And Narel, being the fucking retarded genius that she is, understands the Kurast language, how to read it, how to write it, how to pronounce it, and she knows everything about the culture. Why? Don't worry about it, that's why. And she starts tracking where Akarat's final resting place is. And turns out that's not really a fucking secret. There's a whole village that knows where Akarat's final resting place is. They just kinda don't give a fuck. and they don't really want to tell you, but you know, if you find fucking 3 statues and figure out that something's behind a waterfall, because of course it's always behind a fucking waterfall, then you get to go to Akarat's final resting place, okay? You enter the tomb, and Eru decides, you know what, YOLO 420, I'm not done here. I'm gonna see this through. Narel, you piece of shit that brought death and destruction to Kurast, that he literally is fighting with himself to say that she's bad or Mephisto's bad, even though he blamed Mephisto, not Narel, for all the bad things that happened. Don't worry about it if it doesn't make sense. It also doesn't make sense if you see it in game. Okay? So Eru is there to help you find his Akarat's last resting place. Akarat is this lion spirit thing that fucking shows up, can literally talk to you, has a fucking literal physical presence in the real world, and yet you need to magically go through tombs and read fucking old dusty scrolls and shit about, well, everything, I guess. Because Akarat himself, who wants to stop Mephisto, is not gonna tell you where he is buried, because you need to solve this puzzle, because autism, I guess, again. And so you all try to solve this puzzle, and you finally figure out behind the waterfall. You go in, and then you need to find it. And Eru is like, okay, Narel, read this. And you're like, okay, I'm Narel. I'm the literal boy genius who knows everything and understands everything in fucking seconds. So she starts reading, and from literally fucking nowhere, your character, the one that you're playing, who doesn't know shit about Kurast, their religions, their language, or anything, also starts magically just reading ancient Kurast language like it's nothing. yeah, that's a pretty good summarization, okay? And then we slowly get into the temple where Akarat is. And Mephisto's also kind of there, I guess. We fight Mephisto. It's a really boring and shitty fucking battle. And then turns out that Eru betrays us. And this is the most stupidest and most ironic thing in the whole goddamn story. And by the way, if this seems sporadic and doesn't make sense, it doesn't, because it doesn't. It's just, this is how these things play out. There's not a lot there. Akarat reveals that he was once human, doesn't really matter. Then we fight Mephisto, okay? We fight Mephisto in the most generic battle ever, and the irony of this is, of course, Eru. The Eru betrayal here. And let me summarize everything that has happened so far that we know about Eru and all the things is. So, Eru betrays us because Mephisto, who clearly can't be fucking trusted, that Eru knows that he cannot be trusted, and he himself calls him a liar and cheat and whatever, offers Eru to betray us, give him Akarat's dead body that's somehow magically still in peak condition after like 2,000 years or some shit, in exchange for Mephisto not killing him and his loved ones. Now, when I just say this, you're probably thinking, well, I kind of understand how a situation like that someone would actually betray you. But here's the ironic part, right? We're clearly winning. We literally won the situation. Eru betrayed us when we defeated Mephisto. Mephisto literally handedly loses to us, and Eru's like, nah, I'm still gonna betray you because YOLO 420 blaze it skibbity dabbity toilety. And then he does the betrayal. And the worst part is, the offer that Mephisto did him was, again, save the people that he loved. But it's implied that Eru doesn't have anyone that he fucking loves. He's effectively a nomad that doesn't even hang around cities. He's just there in the jungle with the fucking spirits. The fucking spirits that Mephisto corrupted. The spirit thing that he cut out the heart and Narel ate was his, like, fucking best friend or some shit. And he had to kill them because of Mephisto. And he doesn't have any family. Eru has literally no fucking family that can be protected, and Mephisto has already effectively killed everyone he cared about. The council chick that sits here and was his apprentice, the fucking spirit that's called Abulan or something like that, they're dead. All the people Eru cared about are dead, except one. And that is Akarat himself, the fucking golden lion, okay? That literally fought with Mephisto, wanted to sacrifice himself to kill him. And you're like thinking, oh, so Eru is gonna betray us so he can save Akarat. No! He betrays us by giving Akarat's corpse to Mephisto, effectively killing Akarat the spirit. That was the last guy that Eru fucking cared about, and he himself offered him on a sacrificial pyre for Mephisto to gain absolutely nothing. It is the most stupidest, non-making sense betrayal in all of gaming history, probably. This fucking betrayal literally makes no sense in any way. Yeah, and then he gets key blasted in the stomach by Narel, by the way. Yes, because Narel, for some reason, now knows how to use the Force. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but she knows how to use the Force now, seemingly, or some shit. I don't know how, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Kick back and it doesn't even... all I'm saying, it in the end doesn't even matter. But yeah, Narel now is a Jedi Master, it seems like. Who fucking knows? And again, then Mephisto is defeated, and again, by the way, again, and then Mephisto is not defeated because of Neru's betrayal, and Neru sacrifices Akarat, the last thing that he fucking cared about. So Mephisto now walks amongst humans, and that's the end of the expansion. If this did not make a lot of sense, that's because it fucking didn't. That's because it literally did not make any sense at all, and it was goddamn sad. Okay? I'm out.